Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to open up group programs. If your coach is doing mostly one-on-ones or you have a few groups, I'm going to show you exactly how in this video to open up all group programs so you can scale your training business in the best possible way. If you don't know who I am, my name is Noah Varner, and I help coaches and business owners scale their private sports training businesses. So let's get it right into it, guys. So I'm excited about today's video because a lot of you guys are doing a lot of one-on-one trainings, some groups, right? Or you might be all in groups and you're struggling right now, okay? So I really want to go over the process on how to get into mostly group programs and how to fill them up so you guys can scale this business in the best possible way, all right? So when trying to get into group trainings, it's really important that the very first step that you do is you're going to want to look at what you're currently doing. All right. So you don't want to just open a bunch of group programs, especially if you're someone who's just starting off, because it's very difficult. Because at first, running groups is a difficult process because there's different age groups, there's different skill levels. There's so many different variables that go into it that you don't want to just open up a group and just throw a bunch of age groups into it, right? Because what you'll run into is, let's say you open up a group where it's like ages 9 to 14, right? 9-year-olds don't want to be training with 14-year-olds, right? And same thing with if you do at ages 12 to 14 and you do all skill levels, right? Like really good players don't want to be training with really bad players. So that's where this model starts to go wrong for you. Okay, so if I were to do it over and I want to go, from my one-on-ones or my hybrid model into all groups, this is exactly what I would do. So first step is going to be looking at the current clients that you have. So if you're someone who's doing one-on-ones, doing groups, whatever, you need to look at the majority age and the majority skill level that you're training. Okay, so you need to look at, so like let's say you have 10 clients, right? And a majority of them are 12 to 14-year-olds. Okay, like you need to figure out what age groups and what skill levels that you have the most. All right, and then once you've determined which age group and skill level that you're training, then you need to stick with that and run with that. Okay, I know you guys want to train about every single age group possible because, of course, like more money that way. But if you're someone who's in the beginning stages of opening up group programs, you want to keep it niche. Okay, so you want to stick to a certain niche. So look at the current players that you have. Okay, so let's say you're doing a majority of 12 to 14-year-olds, or we can make it a little broader and say 11 to 14-year-olds, right? Then that's the niche that you need to stick in, right? Okay, so look at that age group and that skill level. And then what you're going to do is you need to look at their commitments, right, at that age. Because, younger kids have a lot more time. Younger athletes have a lot more time to do extra training with you. Older players don't have a lot of time because either A, and this is high school players I'm talking about, they're either not committed to the sport, so they're not really going to want extra training, or B, they're really committed to the sport and trying to do something with it, so they're probably on a higher level team, meaning they don't have much time for you, right? So the older the kids, the more difficult it gets, right? But if it's 11 to 14-year-olds, that's the perfect sweet spot. You want to look at exactly what they're doing on a daily basis. So, okay, my age group typically trains, 2 to 3 times a week for club. And, maybe they are doing some music training or, music stuff on the side, or like they're doing other little commitments, right? So you want to look at everything and kind of design that perfect athlete that you want into these group programs, okay? Then what you need to do is you need to determine what off days that they have. What days majority of them would be able to train with you, right? Because with one-on-ones is good because you can basically schedule them based off of their schedule. But when you go into groups, you can't make everybody happy. It's impossible, right? You won't be able to schedule 2-3 people in the same time, that have different time restrictions and different commitments. It's impossible. So you need to find a time that is specifically for like that age group, like a majority of them can make. So for example, for 11 to 14-year-olds, right, like in my experience, Wednesday evenings and Friday evenings in my area, at least, it was the best possible time for them. Okay, so you look at them, you set that time. Okay, so Wednesdays and Fridays, they're mostly available. So I'm going to open up a group program Wednesdays and Fridays for my 11 to 14-year-old age groups. Okay, so that's how I get started. So I open up those 2 age groups. Okay, and then what I do now is I go to those current clients that I have. So we've already determined that most of the kids that I've trained or athletes I train are 11 to 14. All right, so Now I've got days open that they'd be able to train. So now I need to go to them and I need to offer them our group program rate, right? So let's say you're charging, $300 for one-on-ones, right? Like, go to them and be like, okay, look, I'm gonna cut the price in half and we're gonna do like 150 or 140, right? Like, what is that, like $35 a session, right? And what we're gonna do is, we're opening up these group programs. I want you guys to be a part of it. It'll be on Wednesdays and Fridays. You get access to both days, blah, 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 whatever. And you start to filter them into that group. And initially, that's the problem, is you're going to start off with maybe one athlete in there, maybe two if you're lucky, right? Which sucks because you're probably not going to be turning a profit at that point, right? But that's what you have to do to start. Okay, but you open up those days, then you go to your current clients and you say, hey, we'll do it for 140 now, so you're barely paying anything. You guys will basically be training one-on-one, two-on-one, right? And we're trying to add more and more kids into this program, all right? And then you go to them and say, okay, so we'll do the 140 for you, for the 3 months or the 6 months. But what I'll do, since we are changing over to groups, is I'll give you guys 3 months of group training totally for free. So I'll do it totally for free if you go out and you find, Johnny, let's say Johnny's the athlete you're training, right? Like if Johnny brings, 2 or 3 of his teammates or his best friends to come out and train. And if they end up joining, I'll give you guys 3 months of group training for free, or 6 months or something, right? Like, make the offer undeniable. Like, they have to take it, right? Because nobody's going to want to go out and bat for you and go get clients for you if the offer's not good enough, right? Like, if you were like, yeah, go give me a couple clients, I'll give you a month for free. That's not good enough, right? So offer at least 3 to 6 months of free training. People are going to bite at that all day, right? So then now you've got these groups open. You've got your current clients in because you've given them an undeniable offer into those groups. And now the groups are empty, so you need to fill them up. So now you give them that undeniable offer to go out and get the referrals for you. So now they're bringing in clients for you. So now these groups are starting to fill very slowly with the exact niche of players that you're looking for, right? On autopilot, because it is referrals. So they're doing it for you, okay? So at that point, you're killing it. At that point, you're doing great. So now you need to fill up the rest of those spots, okay? So from there, and you should have already, at this point, you should have determined how many spots, I want in my groups. And typically in my experience, like a 1 to 6 coach to player ratio is perfect, is prime, right? It's enough to where you're making enough per one coach, but it's also not too much to where the players aren't getting results, the quality drops, that kind of thing, right? So now you've got these group spots open, okay? So let's say, we've got Johnny brought 2 of his friends. So now I've got 3 spots taken on those Wednesdays and those Fridays, so I've got 3 spots in each more, okay? Then at that point, I would look to open up a couple more days, right? Because now you've proven the concept that it does in fact work and you can do group programs, okay? So now you open up these spots. Now, how do you find clients to fill the rest of these spots up? And the question is, how do you find them quickly, right? Because there's 2 ways that you guys can go. You guys can do the easy, the cheap and long way, or you can do the fast and expensive way. All right, and I love the fast and expensive way because that's what gets you the results at the end of the day, and it gets your business going quickly. Now, if I were to do it the free way, I would stick to the referral program. Just constantly have people bring in clients for you, word of mouth, maybe send some SMS and emails for whatever contact list you have, all that kind of great stuff, maybe some Facebook DMs, like free things, right? But again, that's going to take a while, right? If you guys want to fill this thing up fast, then I would if I had 12 spots that I wanted to fill up like that, then I'm running ads. 100%. I'm investing in ads, right? So then I'm getting on a Facebook Meta and I'm running a Facebook and Instagram ad, locally targeted ad with parents as the demographic, and I am calling out specific parents for my groups, running these ads, spending anywhere from $4 to $12 a lead, and making sure that they're paying me up front, because don't run ads unless you're getting them to pay you up front, because at the end of the day, it's not going to be profitable, right? Like, you want it to be profitable over the long term. Okay, so then I'm running an ad, I'm getting people in the door, I'm getting leads in the door, and then I'm filling those groups up. And then once I've got, 2 or 3 days where I'm filled up, then I can expand. Then on those 2 and 3 days, now instead of offering 1 session, now I offer 2 sessions, and I repeat, run another ad, continue to get more and more clients filtering in, and I just continually fill up these groups until they're totally full. And then at that point, you should have like 10 sessions where you've got 6 kids in each session. That's 60 kids a week that you're training, and their average spend, is like $50 a session. That's $200 a month, right? I mean, we're talking that's $2,000 per 10, and you're doing that times 6. So I mean, that's $12,000 of monthly recurring revenue from 10 sessions a week of you having a full group program, all because you set it up well. You got your clients to start referring people, and then you started running ads to fill those sessions. But that's exactly what I would do if I wanted to open up a group session and fill them up as quickly as possible. But that's everything for me, guys. I hope this video brought you guys value. If you have any questions, concerns, you want to reach out to me, you want to text me, you can always text me at my number, 919-283-9670. You can also reach out to me via Instagram at coach.noahv. Always looking to mentor people, always looking to help more and more business owners find financial freedom like I've been able to in the sports training business. And I absolutely love you guys and love all the sports. So, hit the like, comment, whatever, however YouTube works. And I appreciate it, guys. You guys go make some money. Peace.